Mr. Ismail, I have never seen you go, with such hesitation, with such, in your speech before. It means this is quite a difficult one in trying to explain why that letter came from the president, even though so many people are still trying to ask the question if that truly was from the president. Don't forget that Senator Shehu Sani also said he doesn't believe that that's coming from the president. Some are also saying, why is it that the letter is coming just when the president is away and hasn't been able to talk to the people on whether truly that was from him or whether he's okay or not. But in moving forward, looking at what is happening now, you did say this has actually taken the fight against corruption or the kind of faith people have for your party down the drain or has lowered it. What form of action would you have expected from the presidency on this particular matter, since this letter doesn't look like a fantastic one?
Well, I wouldn't say that the letter doesn't look like a fantastic one. I said I wouldn't have written it from a political point of view. I wouldn't have written the letter because it has raised more questions than answers. That is true. That is without a doubt. But I don't think I have no iota of doubt in my heart or in my mind that the president means well and he's very serious about fighting corruption. But, I think we have given room for people to doubt this process. And now it is up to the president and us, who are his supporters and members of this party, to fight back and make sure that we have regained this confidence that Nigerians have in this anchor program of fight against corruption. I think that is our primary goal right now, and I think that is what the Senate, who are mostly members of APC as well, would have to do in carrying out without fear or favor. The president expects them to do this job thoroughly as well. Like Senator Shehu Sani said, they are going to continue this investigation. They will give him all the fair hearings that he wants. They will ask for all the documents that he said that the companies that were said were not invited, they will all be invited, and it will be in the open, public glare. And then let's look forward to that. And after that, we'll see what comes out of it if there's a resolution from the Senate.
Look like time wasting, knowing full well that Senator Sani has proof to show that the SGF had not once, more than once, been invited to come clear himself. So if we get in this letter from the presidency saying he wasn't given any fair hearing, it looks like we are on a roller coaster by the party on this particular matter.
No, I don't think so. I don't think the party is in a roller coaster. And for a fight against corruption, it's never how far, it is how well. So ultimately, we'll see how well we fare in this fight against corruption. I tell you that it is true. It makes it doubly difficult for us to go out there and shout about our fight against corruption. Certainly, the narrative has already been built. It's a negative narrative. People's confidence has dipped a little lower. It has not completely evaporated. The president still has the trust of the people against this fight against corruption. So I'm sure we'll come out, pretty well in this.
If it turns out that these things really happen as the Senate has put it, what do you think should be done?
I think it's pretty obvious. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If it turns out that this thing has happened, I think the Secretary of the Government of the Federation must be fired and he must be prosecuted. Simple. And I think he is even ready for that. Even the SGF is ready for that. He just wants an opportunity to state his own case before the Senate. Let's give him that opportunity and let us get to the bottom of it.
And then talk to us about this, because we understand that Senator Shehu Sani has been summoned by, I think, the leadership of the APC. What's going on and why?
I don't know. I don't speak for the party. Honorable Bolaji Mohammed speaks for the party. I don't know why he was invited. I don't know what, so I cannot speak for the party, but I would assume that is because he stood up and he probably gave his reasons why he doubted, one, that the letter that has the president's signature came from the president, and two, that the letter contained some distortions and half-truths or untruths in it, and that the presidency is being hypocritical with its fight against corruption, as is right to do as a senator, but as a member of the party, I think the party would want to hear more from him. I don't speak for the party, I don't know, I'm just assuming.
You know, some actually think that they're trying to cow him into sheathing his sword about this kind of matter. What kind of role does the BOT play in the party?
Advisory role, general advisory role.
Then I'd like to ask you some questions about, if I could turn to another matter now. It's got to do with the information management on the situation with the president. We know the Minister of Information has spoken up about it, and I guess you may be concerned as well. I mean, he's the #1 citizen, he's the party leader. What do you think about all of this happening in terms of the state of health of the president and the commentary making the rounds that, quote, no one can force the president to talk?
First of all, let me start by saying that it was complete nonsense. It was a story that came out from an unknown online platform that the president's health is in jeopardy. It's complete nonsense. It has no value at all. I don't know why it even went viral. I don't know why it caught fire. The president was seen on television walking to his plane, hale and hearty, speaking to the journalists who were talking to him. He wasn't, because in the spirit of transparency, the presidency dished out a statement that the president would be going on a 10-day working vacation. 10-day working days vacation. And while he's there, he's going to be doing his medical checkup. That kind of, I don't know where that story came from. And our information, our communication system has always been a problem to me personally. I've never been happy with the way we do our communication. And then, there was a rebuttal, and there was answers from the presidential spokespeople. And before you knew it, it's in every newspaper. But it has absolutely no basis in truth. And this president said he's coming back on the 6th of February. Let's wait till the 6th of February. But I think, in addition to what you asked, whether someone would say that nobody can force the president to speak, I think that's part of my problem as well. Yeah, the president doesn't have to speak to say that I'm well, I'm fine, I'm hale and hearty, because it was not the doctors that said that he was. It was not even a very serious online media platform that broke this news. It was just some mischief makers. But I don't think it's appropriate for anyone to say that nobody can force the president to speak. The president was voted by the people. If the people want him to speak on certain particular issues that are important to the country, I think he should. So no, I think it was inappropriate for anyone to say that nobody can force the president to speak. The president does not have those kind of reservations, I can assure you that. When he has to speak, he will speak. But the president is fine. This is not something that should be entertained by mainstream media. It's complete nonsense.
Well, just as we wrap up now, I'm going to turn your attention again to the letters written by the Senate, by the President to the Senate. And some people believe that he should be firing some advisors right now because the letter written on the EFCC chair, for instance, clearing him of all allegations when the Senate had earlier reached their own conclusion based on a letter that came from the DSS indicted security report not in favorable light on the acting EFCC chair. Do you think that questions ought to be raised by now as to what the source of the letter was?
I know, the executive has its own way of dealing with these issues. There's an administrative method and processes that is being used for dealing with these issues. The Senate relied on a letter written by the DSS. I'm sure the president or the executive did their own investigation into it. And Whatever it is that they found out, and the president felt as if he can still renominate.
Do you think,
Mr. Magu.
don't you think we should be privy to whatever it was the
Well, I think we
found
will
out?
be in the confirmation hearings of Mr. Magu when he gets to the Senate. I think we will be privy to that. I think we will see it. And I think these questions will be raised, and I think answers will be given. And I think everybody will have the opportunity to see it.
Looking at the numerous mistakes we've seen so far, I mean,
Numerous mistakes.
we're looking at a number of blunders, for instance. You don't think that the president should be firing anybody?
What are the blunders?
You just enumerated some of them.
Like what, for example?
You said, for instance, the president, you were not expecting him to write a letter.
I didn't say that was a blunder. I didn't say that was a blunder. I just said I wouldn't have written it. That doesn't make it a blunder. I said I wouldn't have written it. The fact that I wouldn't do it doesn't make it a mistake.
The DSS report?
What, the DSS report is a mistake?
Indicting the EFCC chair, the acting EFCC chair.
I don't think the DSS report indicted him. The DSS report just basically gave a security report of saying that these are our issues, this is what we have found out, and the Senate relied on it. And
There were reports that there were two reports, one to the executive, one to the legislature, which were not in tandem with one another.
Well, I don't know about that to the executive. I only knew about the one to the legislature. That was the one that was made public. We don't know about the one that was sent to the executive. Regardless of that, I think Nigerians will have an opportunity during the confirmation hearings to get to hear it firsthand, what it is and what the senators had reservations for, why they didn't proceed to confirm him, what his answers are, and how he was cleared.
But the president had been privy to a report, that sort of report that was damning on the one hand, that could affect the confirmation of somebody he nominated and still let it go to the legislature. Do you think he would have?
I assume he would have. I don't know if he had, but I assume he should have. DSS is under the presidency, so I assume that should be the case.
Well, Ismael Ahmed, we've totally run out of time. We have to thank you for coming on Sunrise Daily.
Thank you very much.